So find yourself in a comfortable seat. Start to close, soften the eyes. Relax the body. Begin to breathe, finding that ujjayi breath. Sukhasana or crisscross applesauce. Letting yourself settle into this space. Honoring how you're feeling right now. And begin to breathe. Deep, full inhales and exhales. In and out the nose, if that's possible for you. An oceanic, victorious yogi breath. Your pranayama, prana is life force that keeps you alive. So grateful for that. Our practice today will focus on gratitude. Can you think of 3 things in this moment that you're grateful for? And then maybe 3 more things. And then maybe 3 more things. And as you inhale, feel your spine really lengthen. And as you exhale, let your shoulder blades roll back and your sit bones really round and root you on your yoga mat. So you're growing tall through the crown of your head, but sinking down evenly on left and right sit bone. We'll begin with a quote about gratitude from the author Gilbert Chesterton. I would maintain that thanks are the highest form of thought, and gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. Gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. So again, thinking of something you're grateful for in this moment, and taking a deep inhale into that, slowing down the breath. And see if you can use this ujjayi, victorious breath throughout the entire practice, even when the poses get hard. You can always pause, take a rest, do what suits you. My classes are challenging, but I'll offer lots of modifications. If you have a water bottle, block, strap, anything you need to modify yourself. Do what feels right for you. So place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, and take one more deep inhale and feel the body move with your inhale. Exhale, let it go. And then inhale, open the eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, right hand down outside the right hip, left arm up and over the ear. Pause and stay here. Just gonna come and see how everyone's doing. And if you have Spotify and you'd like to play the playlist, you can press play on it right now. And breathe into that side body stretch. So whole left side body. Feel from the hip all the way to your fingertips relaxing. You can bend your right elbow. You can even use your top hand to rest on your head for a little support. And then inhale, rise all the way up, left hand down, right hand over, and relax your head and your neck. Let any tension go from the face. Figure out the jaw. Maybe cup your forehead, your temple, and feel the whole right body stretch and lengthen. And then inhale, come all the way back to center. Place your hands on your knees and make some big circles with your hips. Go in both directions, big or small, warming up the spine. And I'll be suggesting left and right throughout practice, but really what's most important is that you get both sides. So don't trip if you're on the wrong side. And then pause in center. And inhale the chest forward and exhale it back, a little bit like cat-cow, undulating the spine. Forward and back. And then pause at center again. Inhale, arms up, left hand to right knee, right hand behind the spine for a gentle twist of the spine. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to twist. And then inhale back to center, second side. Inhale to grow tall and exhale to use your hands to push yourself into the twist. And then inhale back to center. And let's come all the way onto our back. We're gonna get some core out of the way. I know we're doing it. It's gonna help us wake up, activate our whole abdominal section for the rest of class. So on your back, reach your toes to the sky and flex your toes a little bit to activate your whole legs. Place your hands behind your back or behind your head, and that's just to support you. You're not yanking, so make sure there's space between chin and chest. And check that your legs are over your hips. There's a tendency for them to come closer to your chest, but keep them straight up. Inhale, lift shoulder blades off the mat. head, chest lifts off. And then tuck your tailbone so you feel your whole lower back imprinting. And that will already feel a little core activating. Keep pressing through those toes to activate them. And you can do this with one knee down as a nice little variation. But I'll demonstrate with both knees up. So inhale, lift the shoulder blades up. Right elbow to left thigh. And then slowly, 5, lowering right leg, 4, 3, keep lengthening it, 2, 1, pause. And then inhale, rise it back up. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone again. See if you can draw your shoulder blades up a little higher. Left elbow, right thigh, slowly lower. Left leg, but keep pushing out energies towards the wall away from you. And then hover and inhale, rise it back up. Tuck the tailbone again, shoulder blades lift. Right elbow, left thigh. Keep both shoulder blades off the mat, chin away from chest, slowly lowering. 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, slowly rise with control. Recenter, tuck your tailbone, elbows, shoulder blades lift, left elbow, right thigh. You got this. I'm doing it with you here. Slowly lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, rise back up. Tuck the tailbone. You got it. Here we go. Right side. Slowly lower. And rise. Keep breathing. Tuck your tailbone. Exhale, elbow to the right thigh. Left leg lowers. We've just got one more. You can do it. Again, you can lower that one knee down to support your back. Inhale to center. Tuck your tailbone. Right elbow, left thigh. Right leg lowers. Stay at the bottom. Pause here. Right hand outside of your left leg. And pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, slowly return to center. Second side, tuck your tailbone, left elbow, right thigh. You got it. Left leg lowers. Pausing there, left hand outside the right thigh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it back up. And exhale, release. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a deserving hug. Little massage of the sacrum. Grateful for your core. Keeps everything together, keeps you strong. And then plant your feet. Start to rock and roll, tiptoeing your feet in front of you. And come to a seat, planting your feet like the number 11. Hands come behind you, fingers facing your glutes. And inhale, press up into reverse tabletop. So relax your head and your neck. Shoulders, elbows, and wrists in line. Knees and ankles in line. Keep pressing the hips higher. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the legs. Shins are parallel, feet are parallel. And then slowly exhale to lower. Inhale. And we're going to do that dynamically. So inhale, lift. And exhale, slowly lower and hover or tap. And inhale, lift. Press into your feet. Press into your hands. Continuing at your breath. Again, everything is at whatever pace you choose, the pace of your inhale and your exhale. I might move faster or slower, but you choose. It's your practice. So take ownership over this hour. There's a lot of things we can't control right now, but you can control your yoga practice. Inhale, rise, and then exhale, lower back down. And make your way into traditional tabletop. So coming onto hands and knees. Again, shoulders, elbows, and wrists in line. Really press the palms into the earth. Plug them to support your wrists. You can always come onto fists if your wrists feel sore, or forearms. It's good a variation to use in yoga. So shins are parallel, tops of the feet press into the earth. Find a strong tabletop. And then inhale, reach your right arm up, roll the wrists, and thread the needle. So right arm through the wrist and the hip. Right shoulder, right ear, come down. Left hand can stay there or walk forward or wrap around the back. Stay and breathe and take a variation you like. So you can even walk that left leg back behind you or reach it up. 3 more breaths. And then replant your left hand, unravel yourself out, reach your right arm to the sky. And exhale, plant it back down. Second side, left arm lifts. Thread the needle through, left shoulder, left temple release, and take whatever arm variation suits you this morning. Breathing here. Where do you need to send breath into your body? Your shoulders, your hips. Where can you soften? And then replant the right hand. Unravel, reach your left arm to the sky. Roll out the wrist if you didn't get that on the first side. And then exhale, lower. And from a strong tabletop, reach your right arm forward like you're going to shake someone's hand. Unfortunately, we won't be shaking anyone's hand for a while. Reach your left leg back and find the balance, find the stability. So really lift up through your belly button to activate your core. It should already be a little bit warm. Reach through your fingers and feel the energy shooting out your foot, your toe behind you. And then slowly, bird dog, elbow towards knee. Inhale, lengthen. One more. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, find length. And exhale, release. Second side, left arm reaches forward. Right leg reaches back. Your leg is parallel with the ground. Roll your right hip down. Reach forward. Extend your left arm. Tuck your tailbone so you're not rounding in the spine. And then bird dog slowly. With control. Inhale, length. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, find length. And release. And tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. First down dog of the practice. Probably the first of the day for most of you. So walk your dog. Bend left knee, bend right knee. Maybe it's fast, maybe it's slow. Feel into your dog. How does it feel? Do you need a little more space? You can walk your feet wide. But really press your hands down. Press the palms to support the wrists. Index fingers facing forward, parallel to each other. Everyone bend your knees a little or a lot to start, and then re-extend your legs and see if you can find more length and space by doing that. And then find a little more stillness in your downward facing dog. And from here, inhale, reach your right leg up, bend the knee, open up the hips, scorpion the dog. Maybe you lower your left forearm, get deeper into the shoulders. Keep squaring off your shoulders. Keep pressing to the right hand. You can roll your ankle. You can find stillness, or you can make some big hip circles. And then re-extend your left leg, straighten your left arm if you had it bent, and lower it back down. Second side, left leg rises, bend the knee, open up the hips, scorpion the dog. Lower your right forearm if you lowered the other side. Finding length in your hamstrings. Maybe rolling the ankle or rolling the hip. And then re-extend left leg, press into your palms, lower your left leg down. Inhale, come into your toes, lift your heels really high. And then exhale, sink a little lower. 2 more times, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Inhale, shift into plank pose. It's just like tabletop. And if you want to take a tabletop, you can lower your knees down. Press the palms into the earth. Stack shoulders, elbows, and hips. Keep lifting your thigh bones up and away from you. Keep lifting your chest forward. Your neck is an extension of your spine. So make sure you're not looking in a weird direction. Even if you need to look at me, try to relax the neck. And then exhale, down dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank again. Check your alignment. Get sturdy, get strong. Table is an option. Breathe here. Can you find that ujjayi, that calm and steady breath you had at the beginning of practice? And then exhale, down dog. And very quickly, down dog feels like a resting pose, but you can come to child's pose if you need to rest. Look towards your hands and tiptoe all the way forward, stepping into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Bend your knees, hang forward, drape your body, elbows Hands can grab onto elbows, relax. Let everything fall forward off you. Shift the weight into the toes, off of the heels. And then release the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Lengthen the spine forward. Hands on your legs, anywhere but the knees. Lengthen the crown of your head towards the front of the room. Exhale, release again. Inhale one more time. Lengthen and release. And then root through your toes, slowly bending the knees, one vertebra at a time. Roll your body to stand into Tadasana. And when you get there, squeeze shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. 2 more times with the audible exhale. Inhale. Let it go. 1 more. Squeeze. Pinch the shoulders. Release. Nice. Close your eyes. Bring your palms together. Just take a breath. And we'll start some sun salutations. With low lunge, moving into high lunge. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, step your left foot back. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rise up. Reach through your fingers, but relax the shoulders down your back. Sink into the lunge. Square your shoulders off. Square your hips off. Deepen the lunge. And then exhale, plant your left hand down, reach your right arm. Simple twist. And then lower your right hand, step back to plank, pause. And let's all lower knees, chest, and chin. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift the heart for cobra. Exhale, downward dog through tabletop or through plank. Breathe here. Inhale, left leg rises, knee towards nose. Use your core, step it forward, maybe inch it to help it get there. Lower your back knee. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. And sink down into that lunge, relaxing the shoulders, spreading through fingertips. Nice work. And then exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm reaches. Lower your left hand and step forward, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step your left foot back. High lunge this time. Always the option to stay in low lunge. Maybe you need to walk your right foot more to the right to create space in your hips to find that stability. Keep pressing energy out the back heel, really anchoring through that back leg, straightening the left knee, lifting the left thigh bone behind you. And check that your right knee and your right ankle are in one line. You should see your big toe behind or in front of your knee. Sink into the lunge. Your thigh can be parallel to the mat or not. Choose how deep you want to go today. Roll your shoulders in, wrapping the arms, pinky spin towards the midline. And then exhale, left hand down, reach your right arm to the sky. Exhale, right hand lower, step it back, plank. Pause, knees lower, chest and chin. Untuck the toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here, inhale fully. And exhale fully. Inhale, left leg rises. Knee towards nose, step it through lightly, softly. Inhale, slowly rise. Lengthen through your torso, reach through your fingers. Check that your left knee and your left ankle are in line. You can always take a wider stance if you need that. Really press through that back leg. Tucking your tailbone. Finding the steadiness and the ease here. And then exhale, right hand down, left arm lifts. Roll your left shoulder back. Left hand down, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway, reset the spine. Exhale, let something go. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. And exhale, pull your hands to your heart. Close the eyes, take a breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, I'm gonna come to this side. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, step back, plank pose and pause. You can take knees, chest, chin, or you can take your chaturanga, which I'll demonstrate, or go into it if you know. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, elbows just to 90 degrees. Tuck the toes. Inhale, heart pulls through. So your variation here is upward dog instead of cobra. Thighs, knees, shins are off the mat. A deeper back bend, but cobra is a great option as well. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg rises, knee to nose, step it forward, warrior two. So left heel spins down, reach your right arm forward and your left arm back. Think low in the lunge. This first round, we're gonna stay here for a little while. So set up your alignment. Check from the ground up, really spread through your toes. Left foot is working and taking as much weight as the front foot. Right knee and right ankle are in one line. Relax the shoulders down the back. Take up space. Sink low in the lunge. Reach through your fingers. Energy out the crown of your head. Grow tall through your torso. And then flip your front palm. Reach forward. Legs stay the same. Up and back. Reverse your warrior. Left hand can come down your left leg, or you can wrap it around, holding onto your shirt or your waistband for a half bind. Stay here, or reach your right hand forward and parallel with the ground, just a different neck variation. And then inhale back through warrior two. Keep the legs the same, side angle, right forearm to right thigh. Reach your left arm forward. Option to stay here, keep rolling your left shoulder back, your left hip back, or reach your right arm alongside your right ear to frame the face. And then inhale back to warrior two briefly. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step it back, and take your chaturanga, your vinyasa, whatever flow you choose, knees, chest, chin. Inhaling into a cobra or upward facing dog, exhale, down dog. Inhale fully, exhale completely. Second side, inhale, left leg rises, knee to nose, step it forward, warrior two. Open up wide, take up space. And you know we'll be here for a little while, so set up the posture. Keep pressing to the back, left or right foot, left knee and left ankle in one line. Relax your shoulders out of your ears. Spread your fingers. You can always come out of the pose if you need a break, but do so mindfully. Make it as a choice. You're stronger than you think you are. You can do it. Flip your front palm, reach forward, exhale back, reverse your warrior. Option to wrap your right hand around. Staying here or reaching your left arm forward. Imagine you're pressing down against something. Inhale, warrior two, exhale, side angle, left hand to left forearm, or left forearm to left thigh. Reach your right arm, spin your right chest open. And really use your forearm to create space and length in the left side body. No crunching here. Option to reach your left arm alongside the ear. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cartwheel down. Take a vinyasa or skip it. And just meet back in downward facing dog. Move at your pace with your breath. Full round of breath from downward facing dog. And then let's all lower our knees, lower our forearms. Hold on to your strong biceps just to measure things out, and then re-extend your forearms so they should be parallel. Press your palms. Tuck your toes, round your back like cat, and then lift your thighs and your hips like a down dog. This is dolphin. If you want more intensity, walk your toes towards your elbows. If this is already enough, you can create more space. Stay and breathe here. You can interlace your hands if you need some more support. Check that your elbows are still parallel with your wrists. Sometimes they want to splay out. Option to reach your left arm to the sky. Keep pressing through your forearms. Keep lifting through your left leg. And then lower. Second side, reach your right arm or right leg up. Lower, stay and breathe. One more breath. And then everyone walk your feet out, coming into a forearm plank. Breathe here. Pull your belly button to your spine. Keep pressing through your arms. Keep reaching out through your feet, your heels. And then exhale, lower everything down. Untuck your toes. Keep your palms on the earth, the forearms on the earth. Inhale, heart pulls through for Sphinx pose. Broaden through your collarbones. Pinch your shoulders behind you. Press through your toenails. Energetically pull your hands back towards your waist. And then exhale everyone into child's pose. So toes together, knees nice and wide, forehead down to the mat. Maybe massage your forehead left and right. Close the eyes. Breathing here for 4 cycles of breath. Keep sinking your heels or your hips towards your heels. Keep reaching through your fingers. Rumi says, gratitude is wine for the soul. Go on, get drunk. 2 more breaths in child's. And then keep pressing into your palms so much that your forearms, your elbows, your biceps lift off the earth, a more active child's pose, and come into tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, right leg rises. Knee to nose, step it through, warrior 2. We're gonna add some variations that are all optional. Relax the shoulders. Lift onto your toes, so right heel lifts. Feel your calf working here. You can stay in a traditional warrior 2. You can always gaze forward or gaze over your front fingers, whatever feels better for your neck. And then lower your heel. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Come into side angle. Reach your left arm forward, and then option to bind. Half bind, reaching your right hand around, grabbing onto your shirt, or full bind, reaching your right arm under to find the clasp, but don't sacrifice the space. You don't want to just crunch. Keep the space, opening the chest. If you want, you can straighten your front leg if that feels okay for your hamstring, coming into a bound triangle. If you know bird of paradise, you have a few breaths to play with that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then choose a variation that works for you. Breathe and stay in the posture. Whatever you've chosen for your body right now is the right choice. Relax your head, relax your neck. If you're in bird, make your way back to join us. And then inhale, everyone rise all the way up to star pose. So heels in, toes out. Bump your hips left and right. Move your arms a little bit. Create space. Get big. And then exhale, sink into goddess. Pull your elbows in, palms up. Squat down. Inhale, rise, star. Couple more. Exhale, same arm variation, or you can put your hands to your chest if that resonates with you. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sink a little lower this time. And then lift your right heel off the earth. All optional again. Roll your shoulder blades back. Keep tucking your tailbone. And then lower that heel left side onto your left toes. Left heel is lifted. Lower. Lift both heels. Play with the balance. Work those leg muscles, those calves. Really great for ankles. If you fall out, that's all good. That's part of the practice. Building that new muscle memory. Exhale, both heels down. Inhale, rise up, star pose. Parallel your feet, bring your hands to your hips, and exhale with a long back. Start to hinge, fold forward for a wide-legged forward fold. Options here, you can take a little wider stance. You can come into an inversion if that's in your practice. You can just reach your hands down or behind you. Relax your head and your neck. You can hold on to opposite elbows. You can interlace your hands behind your neck. Staying here for 4 rounds of breath. So choose a variation that suits you today. And keep pressing the weight towards your fingertips, off your heels. And then wherever you are, come back and take a halfway lift with the spine. Bring your hands to your hips, and with a long spine, come to rise all the way back up. Warrior 2, spin your right foot forward. Exhale, cartwheel down. Optional vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Moving mindfully. Vinyasa translates to place in a special way. So it's a transition, but it's just as important as all of our postures. Second side, left leg rises, knee to nose, step it forward, warrior 2. You'll get a different angle of the pose to look at if you need a visual demonstration here. Get low in the lunge. And then if you choose, lift your left heel off the earth, coming onto your tiptoes, feeling your left calf work. Stay steady in the posture. Exhale, lower your heels, reverse your warrior. And then side angle, left forearm down, reach your right arm. Stay here or take a half bind or a full bind. And you can use a strap, you can use a t-shirt, a towel if you can't get the grip. And each side is different. Here you may notice one side was easier than the other or tighter than the other, and that's fine. No judgment on that. Stay in the lunge, roll your right shoulder open, keep pressing to that back foot. If you took bird of paradise, now's the time to go into it. If you came into a bound triangle, straighten your left leg, but mindfully. You don't want to strain your hamstring. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And then inhale, come back to warrior 2. Straighten your legs. I'm going to turn to face you. Star pose, take up space. Bump your hips around. Exhale, sink low. Inhale, rise. Exhale, get a little lower. This time, bring your hands to your thighs. Left shoulder dips down, straightening your left arm. Inhale through center, second side. And then do 1 more round at your own pace. Inhale and move on the exhale. Maybe you stay and savor that a little longer. And then inhale back to center. Rise up, star pose. Hands to hips, parallel the feet again. Wide leg forward fold. This time taking a twist, so right hand down, left arm reaches up. Relax your head and your neck unless it feels okay to look at your fingers. Option to take a bind here, bringing your right hand behind your hip. If you want to go deeper, you can tiptoe your right fingers, crawl your fingers to the left side of the mat, maybe even holding onto your thigh, your shin, your foot, and pulling yourself into the twist a little deeper. Again, keep pushing weight out of the heels towards your toes. And then inhale back to center, half lift to neutralize your spine. Exhale, left hand down, right arm lifts. Maybe the bind. Maybe left fingers towards right toes, foot, ankle, shin to pull yourself deeper into it. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, half lift, hands to hips. Use your long spine, press through your feet to rise all the way up. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior 2. And cartwheel down. Take a vinyasa. You can always add in some chaturanga push-ups. If you're looking for more, you can always take a child's pose, and you can always skip the vinyasa. All meeting back in downward facing dog. 2 full rounds of breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let something go. And then inhale, reach your right leg up. Knee towards nose, high lunge. Inhale, rise up. We've been here before. Wrap your shoulders. Bend your left knee slightly and see if you can tuck your tailbone a little more by doing that, and then re-extend. And then straighten both legs, a variation on pyramid. So you're on your left toes. Your right foot is on the earth, strong. And again, you can walk your left foot more to the left if you find that space, being on a train track instead of a tightrope, is helpful for you. Reach, and then make fists. Ball up your fingers, fists in your palms. Start to bend both knees and pull your elbows back towards you. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend both knees, pull your chest forward. Pinch your shoulders. And we're going to keep moving dynamically. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale as you lower. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, rise up. Exhale, start to lower and shift the weight into your front foot, lifting your back foot off into warrior 3. So square your left hip down. Keep your shoulder blades squared, lifting your left thigh. Hands can stay at the palm, at your heart. Hands can reach back behind you, or they can reach forward. If you choose the full traditional variation, your arms are forward. Toes, left toes pointing down. You can always use a block here or a water bottle, whatever props you have available may be helpful. And then we're going to go into bird dog. So elbow towards knee, again, an option. You may lose your balance. It's tricky. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, extend. And then as slowly as you can, come back to your high lunge. It's okay if it didn't look graceful. You did your best. Nice work. Exhale, hands come back. Reach your heart forward. Interlace your palms, press. And then place the palms down, step back, vinyasa. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward dog. 2 full rounds of breath. And on the second side, you know what's coming. So just notice how you're feeling knowing that. Maybe more prepared. Maybe you hate those postures. Just observe those feelings, but try to stay with each pose. Give it the same attention and gratitude you gave your right side. So left foot rises, knee towards nose. Use your core to step it through, high lunge. And set up your stance so you have good balance here. Root through the back leg. Maybe bend your back knee slightly to re-tuck your tailbone and pull your belly button in, activate your core. Re-extend that back leg. Wrap your shoulders in, almost so your armpits are peering out and your fingers are wrapping in. And then inhale, straighten, variation of pyramid. So both legs are straight, your back heel is lifted. Reach through your fingers and then ball up your palms. Exhale, bend both knees, pull your palms back, elbows back towards you. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, move slow. Inhale, rise. Exhale with control. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. And then start to exhale. Feel the weight shift to the left leg. Walk your back foot in. Finding your warrior 3 variation. Maybe your hands are on blocks. Roll your right hip down. Keep pressing to that back foot. Hands to palms, airplane arms, or arms forward. Reaching. And then if you want to play with the balance more, taking the bird dog variation, which we took from tabletop. So elbow towards knee. Inhale, find length. One more, slowly crunch it in. Exhale, extend. And then bend your left knee. How softly, how quietly can you land your body back into high lunge, crescent lunge. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Airplane arms, chest at an angle. Feel your tailbone rooting towards your heel. Interlace your hands, switch the grip. Might be awkward. Punch back behind you to open and broaden the chest. And then exhale, plant the hands down. Chaturanga, final vinyasa of class. So maybe you want to add on a few push-ups. Maybe you're like, no way. Savor your upward facing dog or your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 full rounds of breath here. Observe your down dog compared to the first down dog of the practice. Hopefully your hamstrings feel more open. You can walk the dog again. Keep pressing through your palms. Relax your face, relax your jaw. And then exhale, step all the way forward. Hop if you are warm. Hopefully you're warm now. Hopping forward, take a halfway lift. Exhale, release, bend your knees. And then walk your hands underneath your feet. So you're stepping on your feet. A little massage. Your toes are tickling your wrists. A gentle wrist stretch. Maybe your knees stay bent a lot, or maybe you slowly start to straighten your knees a little bit. Relax your head and your neck, maybe shake it out, yes and no. And again, feel the weight coming off the heels towards the fingers. And just kind of massage your palms and your wrists here. Elbows can be straight or bent. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, slowly extract your hands, shake out your wrists. Take a normal halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, bend your knees and come to a seat. Press your feet on the earth. Fingers towards your glutes again. Inhale, reverse, or reverse tabletop. Exhale, release the hips down. Keep your feet as they are, parallel, knees lifted. And slowly lower your whole upper body down. Relax the whole upper body. Place your palms onto the earth. Tickle your heels with your fingertips and come up into bridge pose. So lift your hips up. Press the palms and the forearms into the ground. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Keep lifting the thighs up, the hips up. And then walk your left foot more towards center. And reach your right foot to the sky. Keep lifting your hips up. Slowly lower your hips down. And then inhale, lift a little higher. Bend your knee, cross the ankle. Figure 4 with hips lifted. Use your palms, press into the earth. Relax the upper body, shoulders, jaw, forehead, face. And then exhale, hips come down. Keep the cross of the legs. Figure 4, lift your left thigh towards you. Interlace hands behind the thigh or on top of the shin for pigeon on your back. You can roll out your ankle here, but keep the left foot active and awake. Don't let it just droop. Keep flexing through that foot. The more you push your right knee away from you, the deeper of a stretch you'll feel. And then release the grip of the hands. Keep the figure 4 cross. Bump your hips to the right and let your legs fall to the left for a spinal twist. You can tee out your arms or cactus your arms. Let your right ear fall to the mat. If this is too much in your lower body, you can just stack your right knee on top of the left. Get a little deeper of a stretch, of a twist with the legs crossed. Close the eyes or soften them here. Breathe into your spinal twist. Let your upper body be heavy. Be grateful that we're warming down. We're on the floor the rest of practice, on your back, reclined, restoring, rejuvenating all of the hard work you put in. Two more breaths. And then inhale, come back to center, unravel the legs, bicycle them out, shake them out a little bit, and get ready for the second side. So plant your feet, plug them into the ground, tickle your heels, palms press into the earth to lift the hips. Parallel the feet, the thighs. Imagine you're squeezing a block. And then walk your right foot a little more towards center. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Keep lifting the hips. Slowly lower the hips, and then inhale, see if you can lift them a little higher. Bend your left knee, come into figure 4, left ankle over right thigh. Keep lifting the hips. Keep flexing your top foot. Pressing the palms, the forearms into the mat. And then exhale with figure 4, lower the hips. Lift your right leg towards you. Grab onto the outside underneath your thigh or outside of the shin. Left knee pushes away from you, flexing the right toes or rolling the ankle. Then one more breath here. Keep the cross the legs, release the arms, bump your hips to the left, and let your legs fall to the right. You can close the eyes, you can gaze to the left. You can keep the wrap of the legs or just stack one knee on top of the other. That's too intense of a spinal twist. One more breath. And then unravel, come back to center. Shake out the legs. Knees are parallel to your hips. Don't worry, we're not going to do core. Just see if you can bring your right leg under your left and use your right shin to kind of tap out the left calf. A little self-massage of the left calf. We work the calves a lot. Just gently tapping with right shin up and down your leg. And then switch sides. So left calf or right calf gets a massage with your left shin, kind of tapping, kicking your foot. And then plant your feet, ball up your fingers into a fist and massage. Maybe you lift your knees off to reach your thighs, upper thighs, lower thighs, calves, underneath and on front of your legs, up and down your legs, giving yourself a nice massage. Should feel good. And then exhale, pull your feet up, grab onto the outside edges of your feet, happy baby. Arms come on the inside. You can always hold on to your shins. Press your feet into your hands into your feet, and feel your tailbone, your sacrum rooting towards the earth. Pull your knees towards your armpits. And rock and roll side to side. Make a big audible exhale. Flutter the lips. Lion's breath. No one's looking at you. How do you need to release before we come into a final Shavasana together? So you have time for one more pose of your choice if you would like. We also have time for a nice Shavasana, maybe straightening one leg or the other. And then if you're ready for Shavasana, please, please, please stay. It's where you integrate all the benefits of the practice, even if it's just for part of the time. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Pull your forehead to your knees. Squeeze up. And then exhale, release. Take up space on your mat. Splay your feet out. Palms face up to receive. Maybe one hand to heart or one hand to belly. Maybe if you have a blanket, you place it over you. You put on your socks. Get comfortable. Take time to set it up. And then eventually settle into stillness. Give yourself permission to do nothing at all, to be here, to stay here. A rare moment that we have of stillness or surrendering, a really vulnerable posture, eyes closed, you're safe. Release any tension that you might be holding in unexpected places, wiggling the jaw, the teeth, the tongue, relaxing the belly. Let everything go. Feel heavy on the earth, sink into your mat, and just be. Now I'll let you know when it's time to come out of Shavasana, so just stay here until you hear my voice. And slowly begin to lengthen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. No hurry. Take time. Gently move the body and reawaken. Keeping the eyes closed if you can. Pulling one knee into your chest. Pulling the other knee into your chest. Giving yourself a big hug. Thanking yourself for showing up on your mat. Ready to go on one side. Eyes closed, eyes soft. Just pause and stay there. And eventually make your way to a comfortable seated position. I'll begin to read our final quote of gratitude from Melody Beatie. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. It turns problems into gifts, failures to successes, the unexpected into perfect timing, and mistakes into important events. It can turn an existence into real life, and disconnected situations into important and beneficial lessons. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So finding your comfortable seat, bring your hands to your chest. Let's take one final breath together as a community in all our different cities and living rooms and apartments. Exhale fully. Inhale, breathe it in. And let it go. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I'll be here if you want to chat. If you have to run, that's fine too. You can go to gallery view. You can unmute yourself. Hopefully you're feeling good.
Hi, Grace.
Thanks, Grace.
Grace.
Thanks, Grace.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi, Dory.
Hi. Hey.
Thanks,
Hi,
Grace.
Kay.
Hi. Good
Hey,
morning.
say hi to Luna.
Hello, Dory. Thank you,
Hi.
Grace.
Hola. Hola. Bom dia.
Hola.
Hola. Can you wave? Wave to it in the little box.
Hi,
Make
Tiny.
sure you send the info if you want to donate or whatever, but no pressure.
Oh, and
Next week on Thursday evening for the YWCA, so I'll try to send out the information, but I'll probably do one more of these as well, maybe a different time. But yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for doing
Luna,
it.
is that Minnie Mouse?
This
Is she
is
showing
Gorilla.
Tay? Oh, Tay's showing the the gorilla.
They're having a virtual.
And Emma has a bunny rabbit.
Oh. Hi.
Oh, and we have a dog. We have Pacha. I'll unmute you guys.
Mickey Mouse.
Thanks,
Grace, are you in a different place?
I'm in Georgia.
We're upstairs. Yeah.
Grace, did you move into a different room?
I'm in George's room now, yeah.
I thought so.
The living room needs to be used by my roommates.
Oh, okay.
It's coffee and breakfast time.
Well, thank you again. It was great.
Good, yeah. Paul, are you growing a beard?
My what?
Are you growing a beard?
Not intentionally.
You want to say that to her?
I think Megan and Ben had to leave. Hey, are you bringing another stuffed animal for Luna and Aaliyah to see?
Want to bring
I
food?
see the monkey.
Let's do a monkey. Let's do a monkey.
There she is, right there. She's
I
back.
think it's his co-worker.
Need to go
Okay.
to another section.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, Kimberly. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. How are you doing?
We're hanging in there.
Yeah.
This felt really good.
Good.
Yes, I bet it did. Did your girls do it too?
They took shifts.
Yeah.
Same here.
Hi, Grace.
Hi.
Amy and Grace. Grace.
Another friend.
Grace.
Who else is there? I can't see the gallery view.
It's in the right corner of your screen. Also, thanks for waking everyone up during Shavasana.
I couldn't see a picture.
Oh,
Yeah, but
mommy.
you couldn't announce that while everyone's trying to relax.
Mommy.
Shavasana.
There.